I'm on my way, no longer will I roam. I'm on my way, I'm on my way, coming home to stay. I'm on my way, I'm on my way, I'm on my way, I'm on my way, yeah, yeah, yeah. That is a fucking hard thing to do in the morning, man, let me tell you. That rattles the cage a little bit. A lot, really. I've actually been up for a while. And I've been singing quite a bit. I did a bunch of acoustic stuff this morning and singing, and I decided it's silly to sit in the front room and sing when this damn record needs to get done. And no one's working on it but me. So, well, and Stacy. Stacy's been busting his butt to get this done, so I thought I would just set up and grab a little bit of audio while I was singing. I don't know how much of that I actually want to play for you because it might suck. I mean, some of it might just suck. I was just vamping at the end and trying to try some new things and with an old song. So that was kind of fun. And then I've been thinking about just like dropping in and chatting with you and stuff. But right now, I've got this thing in my ear. So let me just take that away. Because that's not what we're doing here. Good morning. I'm glad you could make it to another episode of the Trash Report as we continue. Now, this is a different way that I've ever tracked audio before, but here's what's interesting. I've been using my main audio, my voiceover rig, to do the vocals on most of these one-man's trash records, I think. Pretty sure. I pretty much stick with the Manley Voxbox and the U87, but I switched to using the U87 with this BAE DMP. It's a Neve 1073 preamp. And I know this is like nerdy stuff if you're just like a regular person on the street. I'm talking nonsense, but hey, that's why you're here, right? Because I talk nonsense. So I'm using this Neve and a distressor, which is a compressor, which just heats it up and keeps me close to you. And as I've been using that to do this chat thing, I'm like, man, I really dig the way that sounds. So I patched it in so that I'm using the same audio rig that I use for this show. This show, he calls it. Anyway, I am using the same rig to do this. And I kind of dig it. I think it's really powerful on those vocals in a way that the Manley softens. It's got tubes, a lot of tubes, and it softens. But anyway, I'm just talking audio stuff. Is that interesting to you? I don't know. I have no idea. And I have no idea who's here watching, except I do know one guy, Steve. I want to say hi to Steve because he's my latest subscriber and my first commenter. I got a comment. How about that? So we're making huge leaps forward thanks to Steve on the YouTube. The YouTube. I've never said the YouTube before in my life. Maybe because I smoked the pot. That could be why. Anyway, it's been a long morning. I kind of woke up early and wanted to get started on this stuff, and I don't even know why. Anyway, I've got to get some progress made, so I'm listening to these guitars, and I'm like, yeah, I failed at that, so I've got to cut some guitars today on this track. And I did see Earl this morning. First squirrel out of bed this morning, came to say hello, but he He just kind of took a peanut and left. He didn't hang out with me too long. So I have hung out with the squirrel. I saw the neighbor's cat. I've had some wildlife. I had the sunrise. And I've been in here. And this is actually the second take that I sang this. And I tell you, singing in the morning is such a great exercise. The first thing I sang this morning, I'm like, I try to start kind of slow, but I sang Slow Turning, John Hyatt's Slow Turning. And I'll tell you, by the end of that 3 minutes, I was breaking a sweat. It really changes your body to pump air. And I do this is my first form of exercise every morning, to sing. And I mainly think about it as a vocal exercise and stuff, but I tell you what, singing engages your whole body. And this voiceover thing, this really, like right now, I'm just chatting. I'm just hanging out and chatting. That's fine. It doesn't really take a lot of internal effort and energy. But when I go to do that Ford truck thing, boom, you got to really push and pump. It's just about like singing. Not exactly, but very similar to the amount of energy you have to produce and output. The difference is with singing that's kind of cool is there's a tempo and a beat and there's less of a hurry. So there are places to breathe. In voiceover, they don't always leave you places to breathe, so you got to gasp and jam air into you as fast as you can. So it's kind of a fun to do the different things, and you have to really keep track of your body and remind it not to jam air in fast. And, it's interesting to do different styles. But the singing is just so much easier because there's no timer. I keep this timer handy. There's no 6 seconds, 15 seconds. Got to do it in 9. Got to do it in 9.2. That shit's hard. I can do it all day, but it's hard, and it's a lot harder on the old man than it was on the young man, if you know what I'm saying. So that's what's going on here today. What else? Oh, I did some singing yesterday too, on a different track, a country track, and I did some guitars. I actually did accomplish things yesterday, as I had threatened. I did not do acoustic guitar. I started playing that acoustic, and I'm like, I still suck at this part for this song. So I have to think about how I'm going to approach that and maybe get someone else to even do it. What else? So I did some singing, some electric, so we're making progress there. And I got up this morning, and I think I might have... That last track might be the vocal track. I might have to comp these two together. Maybe not those vamps at the end. Come on. Those might suck. They usually do. They feel good, and then I listen back, I'm like, oh no. It's like, I'm just like you. I'm like everybody else. I listen to my voice, and I'm like, is that real? Is that me? I have become accustomed to it over the last 40 years. So I recognize that it's me, and that's what I do, and how people like it to sound and stuff, but it's still kind of weird to me, and especially singing. It's one thing to listen to yourself talk and be a radio guy in salt trucks or whatever crap you're doing, like, that's a gag. But when I'm singing and I'm pitchy, that's harsh. That hurts me. I don't want that to be real. So, but it is. I'm a master at the pitchy note. It's kind of my thing. It's kind of not terribly marketable, to be honest. So that's all that's going on today. I don't have anything. I don't have any voiceover booked. I did it. That's what happened yesterday. I started working on guitars, and I got a couple of cool auditions for like a beer company and a pharmaceutical. So I pulled off the side of the road on the one man's trash truck and did a couple of auditions, which I'm sure I'm not going to get, because, come on, that's just life. But today, I haven't seen any auditions yet, so I'm going to try and get a couple of things done this morning. I got to go process all this so that we can have this conversation, and I hope I'm not too far in the dark. So either way, I ain't that pretty, folks. That's not why I'm here. And then I'll get some guitars and vocals done, maybe try to book a gig or something later on, or at least audition for something. And then I will report back to you tomorrow with some more advancements on The Last Refuse of a Scoundrel, because this record's going to get done one way or another. And Manny's checking out his parts, so we might be recutting bass, but I've got other stuff for him to do. Man, I'll tell you what, this thing's rolling, and I can't stop it. Oh, yeah. And by the way, when I say things like nobody listens to my records, that's not exactly true. I have made nearly $8 in spins, in just royalties, online, on Spotify and that sort of stuff. And I want you to stop and think about it. Some of these spins pay like 0.00048 cents. I'm not a math magician, but that's not a lot of money, and that's like shaving part of a penny off with sandpaper or something. So to make $8, that's an awful lot of spins, and I appreciate any spins I get, and I hope that somebody actually likes these tunes, because it's a lot of work to put them out there. But that's so I really do appreciate that there are people listening to my record, and that's part of why, excuse me, I got sort of excited about making the last one, the next one, because there are people that are listening, and I know that some of my favorite stuff in the world is like a one-hit wonder kind of thing, or non-hit wonder, or, you know, like the Jellyfish. They didn't have any hits per se, but gee, many Christmas, that is one of the greatest bands of all time. So I will never be accused of being the greatest band of all time by anybody. I don't even think I'm going to find that one listener that's like, this is my shit, you know. But it's still out there in case that cat shows up, because some of my favorite stuff, Dream So Real, the first Dream So Real record, didn't even make it on the charts, I don't think. But we played that first track in Dallas on the radio, and I had to do these promos. So I listened to that to put on the promo, and I'm like, this song kicks ass. Rough Night in Jericho was the first song I heard. And then I have, over the years, come to just love that record so much that about twice a year, I have to go listen to it all the way, sing along. And it's one of those records that I learned to sing from because it just engages me so much. But these cats, you know, I think they made 2 records and then they noped out, and they're back in Georgia doing, you know, regular life. But that record means so much to me. Some of those songs I wouldn't want to live without. So that's why I'm doing this record, in case somebody comes along and says, oh, this dopey song or this silly shit is a song I can't live without, and I want to hear it till the day I die. That's special, and that's worth, you know, that's worth 0.00048 cents, I think. It's a fucking value, man. Are you kidding me? Anyway, enough of my idiocy. I got to go print this out and do something else with my life, and I have something to report tomorrow. That's my main goal now, is I've stuck my neck out and put myself in this spot. So thanks for hanging out. Have a great day. I hope you get some things done in your life, and I hope that you sing a little bit, or even a lot. Rock on.